This is Feed Your Mind, and so here's my thoughts on organized religion. So basically, I grew up in organized religion. I was in it for a long time till about my mid-teenager years. I kind of started doing my own thing, and then I went back to organized religion in my as a young adult. I got baptized, and then I kind of stopped going again just because it was just like, at that point I had expanded my knowledge to the point where I started to feel almost kind of like a teacher. I was getting into debates with atheists all the time. I was like really getting into this information, and I was able to beat a lot of atheists in my debates, and I started feeling more like a teacher. And then I was like, at that point, I was learning so much. I started learning about the books. I wanted to know about like who wrote the Bible. I wanted to know all about the different translations and the Roman Catholic Church's involvement in the church. I wanted to know about the history of church. And then I wanted to know about all the other books and why were they left out. I had all these questions that I wasn't getting in like church. Like church wasn't covering that stuff. Like they weren't covering the questions I had. So it was definitely a personal experience, a personal journey I was on at that point, where I had all these questions I wanted answers to, and I was really the only one that could provide the answers, because at church it wasn't about that. So like I would never be against it, because I felt like, okay, well, the general public doesn't have these questions, obviously. They're there to get taught information. But I was at the point where I was debating and winning, against atheists. I was debating the word, and then I was having all these questions, and then I was looking into the answers. I was figuring out how many books of the Bible was there, how many books of the Bible was left out, and why they were left out. And then I wanted to know what these books said, a lot of them. And then, so I was on that path, but also I started confirming things like Christmas and Halloween. Well, not Halloween, but Christmas and Easter and stuff. I was like, okay, the churches are participating in, most of the churches are participating in those holidays. And I was like, okay, well, from my, since I was looking so into everything, I was looking into everything to learn all I could. I was like, I didn't agree that organized religion was actually participating in these holidays that I discovered had pagan origins. Then they added it to like Christianity during the Roman Catholic times, and they was like kind of like, okay, well, we'll take this religion. Then I started seeing like, okay, it's not really like confirmation that Jesus was born on December 25th. It's more like unknown. If anything, they try to say it could be like October or something, where it was more warmer part of the season instead of in the winter. And then so I was like, okay, so then I started seeing the links to the solstice celebrations with Christmas and the origins of that. Then I discovered Easter's origins, where it was a fertility thing, and it was some type of spring, another kind of like a seasonal, traditional, like kind of pagan in origin, like as far as when you look into it, and they mix that with Jesus' resurrection and the Passover and stuff. So I was just like, okay, well, I definitely don't think that we should be calling it Easter if you're going to be celebrating the Passover or the resurrection. I was like, I discovered that we should not be calling it Easter, though. Then I discovered like the cross, and I had questions about that. I wanted to know more about the cross. And I started realizing that, okay, the cross seems to be an image, and the Bible was saying like we shouldn't really be doing imagery, having images and worship and stuff. So And then I saw like the cross was kind of linked to some questionable questionable past where it might not have even been, it might not even had to do with Jesus, like the actual cross. It was something else that it was. It was some type of kind of a, yeah, I don't even really like getting into this stuff because the general public doesn't seem to know a lot of this stuff. So it's like you're gonna have to like really confirm all this stuff for yourself to get to the understanding that and the conclusions that I got to. But I just found out that the cross might not be what we think it is. So then I discovered that they removed the name of the Father out of the Bible like 7,000 times or something, and nobody acknowledges the Father. They always say, like, say his name on other things out here in this world, but nobody says say his name when it comes to the Father and his name was removed out of the Bible, the Tetragrammaton. So I cover all this stuff in my on my playlist about the secrets of the Bible, I think it is. So if you want to see more information about things we briefly covered, I go into detail about a lot of this stuff in my other videos on this subject. So I came to the conclusion that, and then there's these discrepancies about Trinity versus non-Trinity. And I'm like, okay, well, you guys figure that out first, then before, like, I figured, like, why is that such a big, like, it seemed like kind of important for there to be such differences. So I was like, okay, so they want us to just kind of choose, okay, are you going to go Trinity or non-Trinity? And it's like, it just seemed like, okay, well, we need to figure this out, but nobody seems to be really trying to figure it out. Like, people are more like on one side strongly or the other side strongly. And it's not really a lot of dialogue. Anytime you bring it up, it seems to be a lot of almost, I don't know if like it's an appropriate response when you bring up these subjects. It's almost kind of like people get kind of, I don't know if they get disrespectful, or it just doesn't feel good, like bringing the subjects up, because people take it real serious and they take it kind of, I don't know how to describe it, but it just doesn't feel real good when I bring that type of stuff up. So it's just like, you almost just feel like, okay, well, just forget talking about it then, because it seems to be making people upset, I guess, just bringing it up. So I was just like, okay, well, I still support organized religion for people that want to like learn about the Bible, and if they're new to the faith and want to learn about stuff. And I think there's a level for that, entry level introduction. But then like another reason was like I saw a lot of places were kind of just recycling the same stuff over and over again. It wasn't really nothing fresh or new. So I was at the point where I was looking deep into everything, and I was just at that point I was just like, well, I'm gonna worship God one-on-one directly through Jesus' name. I was like, okay, well, I'll just build my personal relationship with the Father, and go about it that way for now. Just because there's too many unresolved issues for me. I mean, I take it, like I said, the holidays is kind of a big thing to me. I mean, it's when you learn the origins of some of these holidays, it's just like, I can't really, we gotta, I don't know, there doesn't seem to be any discussion about this stuff. So I just kind of like, okay, I'm going to just worship directly, through Jesus' name. So I didn't abandon Christianity. I just decided that I don't need to, I personally for myself didn't really feel I wanted to belong to a organized religion at this time. I don't mind visiting them and stuff, and once in a while or something, or catching up with some stuff in that area once in a while, but I just don't really at this point, I just I support it especially for people learning and coming to the basics of the Bible, which is their salvation through Jesus. And I feel it's important people should learn who the Father is too, for sure. The Creator, the Most High, So I don't know. I think it's important to build a personal relationship and possibly go with a organized religion too. I mean, for me, it's just that's not where I'm at right now. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I also leave a link if you'd like to support this channel. You can donate as little as $1 to help keep things going here at Feed Your Mind. Also, I'll leave a link to my other channels. I have 3 channels. Make sure you subscribe to them all. I'll also leave links to my social media. And please like, comment, share, and subscribe. This has been Feed Your Mind, signing off.